Your hands together. Wow, Toastmasters.
It was Friday, 8th of December, just 3 days ago. The cuckoo clock in my room struck 7 as I got up to get ready for my game of golf. Ritu, my wife, suddenly asked, "Darling, what's your plan?" "What plans, baby? I have no time for any plans today. By the time I come back from golf, it will be 1 o'clock. And you know I have a speech to deliver in 3 days which I have not even started preparing. So what plan?" I retaliated without letting her complete the statement. She paused for a second and said, "Sandeep, that is precisely what I was asking you. What is your plan for the speech?" I had told her about this speech about 10 days ago. She had not seen me prepare at all. She was genuinely concerned. And I was ashamed of myself. To recover the situation, she further asked, "Have you at least decided the subject of your speech?" I said, "Well, yes, I am speaking about listening skills." She burst out laughing. "You are going to talk about listening skills? But are you listening?" Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, my dear fellow Toastmasters of DEC and Excel Oman Club. Today, we embark on a journey together to explore a question that has echoed through the ages. Are you listening? Let me ask you, are you listening?
Yes.
Okay. In a world filled with noises, all kinds of noises, beeping smartphones, chatting neighbors, and an occasional overlooked enthusiastic bird, it is easy to lose track of what is truly important and what matters. So let us take a moment to appreciate the fine art, the lost art of listening. And while we do that, may I request everyone to please put those phones away, or at least upside down for the next 20 minutes or so. Have we ever noticed how our attention span has become shorter than that even of a goldfish? No offense to goldfish though, they have their own challenges. Like remembering where did I leave the tiny castle decoration? Back to us humans, multitasking has become our middle name. We are so good at it that we can simultaneously listen to a podcast, scroll through social media pages, and wonder, did I switch off the AC while leaving home for work this morning? Listening, my friends, is not about just hearing words. It is about understanding that has not even been said. About catching the nuances, the subtle eye rolls, the quirks, and the unexpected moments. It's like being a detective, but instead of solving crimes, you are uncovering the hidden gems of human connection, human bonding. And while we are at it, let's also address the universal struggle of pretending to listen while our minds are lost somewhere else. It's really an art. I practice it. Nodding at right intervals, throwing in an occasion while the mind is busy preparing a to-do list, or contemplating the mystery of why do we park in the driveways but drive on the pathways. Difficult. In this digital age, where emojis, and we are an online born club, emojis often speak louder than words, we must not forget the power of a well-timed pause and a genuine laugh. If you listen to a good joke, laugh it out, my friends. Communication is a two-way street. And if we are too busy preparing our response, we might miss the scenic route of the conversation. Think about it. How many times, and I want you to please listen to this, how many times have you been in a conversation and realized that all through you were mentally preparing your response rather than listening to the person in front of you? Guilty as charged, right?
Yes.
We've all been there. Almost every day. So, happens. What do? Active listening. That's what we are going to talk about today. Active listening, my friends, is a game changer. It's like the superhero of communication skills. Like the James Bond. Suave, sophisticated, rarely caught daydreaming. It's not about nodding your head or pretending to listen while your mind is on some exotic beach somewhere. Active listening is about being present, being engaged, ready to catch every word that is thrown at you. And talking of catches, I think 1.4 billion Indians realized the importance of catching on 7th November this year. Anybody remembers what happened on 7th November? Yes, I am talking cricket. In the ODI World Cup, Australia and Afghanistan were playing. Afghanistan had Australia on the knees. I actually wanted to use a different phrase, but I thought maybe I'll be crossing the fine line of taboo topics. Coming back to the match, Glenn Maxwell, Mujibur Rahman did not catch. What happened afterwards is history. Had Mujibur Rahman paid attention, had he held on to that catch, the result of that match would have been different. Australia may not have qualified for semi-finals, and India may well have won the World Cup. So who's responsible for India not winning the World Cup? Mujibur Rahman. Do I need to explain the importance of catching anymore? Catching here means paying attention, the importance of active listening. So do we all agree that active listening is important?
Yes.
We all agree, yes? But my dear friends, no offense again, if active listening was a sport, most of us, me at number one, would be stuck in the amateur league. We are all likely to win gold medal in another sport called selective hearing. You know that fine art of tuning out the boring part of conversation? But now the challenge is, how do you decide what is boring without even listening? Fear not, my friends. Today, we embark on a journey to upgrade our listening skills from bronze babblers to platinum listeners. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay. This journey has 12 steps. And don't get confused, I'm not talking about the 12-step therapy, 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous. I know nobody here needs that. We are going to talk about the 12 steps to becoming a champion active listener. Are you ready to climb with me?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
So let's get going. Step number 1. First thing first, give your full attention. Put those smartphones away. I know it's easier said than done, very difficult in these days. But trust me, Facebook and Instagram can wait. Even WhatsApp can wait. Can they?
Yes.
Difficult,
Yes.
but not impossible. To use a cliche, the word impossible itself says I am possible. Distractions, my friends, are the biggest obstacle to two-way communication. When we are distracted, it happens to us so many times that somebody has told us the whole story, and when they stop speaking, we are wondering what was said. Has anyone here had that experience? Who all? Can we have a raise of hands? Show of hands? Almost everyone. Yeah? So it's important that we talk about it today. Let's go to the second step. Show that you are listening. And when I say show, I need you to understand that I am not talking about pretensions. There is a world of difference between pretending and genuinely showing that you are listening by using non-verbal cues like nodding, smiling, and leaning slightly forward to indicate your attentiveness. Avoid distracting behaviors. Other than the timer, don't look at the watch. No fidgeting behaviors. Huh? Doesn't work.
It depends on the speaker.
At least I am demanding right now that you don't listen. Maintain eye contact. Eye contact is a key ingredient in the recipe of active listening. We all agree to that? And I'm not saying that you morph into a human laser beam and penetrate through the person in front of you, but a genuine gaze goes a long way. It says, I am here, I am present, and I'm not wondering whether I switched off the AC this morning. Let me ask you, would you like to talk to anybody who's not looking back at you? Would you even want to continue talking? You probably would, only if you're delivering a project speech in a Toastmasters club. In any other situation, you would not be comfortable doing that. So if you are not comfortable doing something, why make the person in front uncomfortable? Simple as that. Step 4, provide feedback. Reflect on what the speaker has said by paraphrasing, summarizing. If I understand you correctly, you are saying that, whatever, is a nice and polite way of ensuring that you understand what is being said. Step 5. Oh, this is a tough one. Defer judgment. We are all good at judging people. We saw this one and said, handsome guy, will listen to him. Somebody else, I don't like him. Avoid forming opinions. We are excellent at passing the verdict without even giving the other person the chance to express themselves fully. If you want to be a good listener, do you want to be a good listener? Everybody wants to be a good listener?
Yes.
Take this piece of advice very seriously. Defer judgment. Avoid forming opinions. Give the other person a chance to express themselves. Be open-minded. Be patient. Because when you form opinion too soon, you block your mind. And when that happens, you are probably just about hearing the words being said, and that too if you have no other choice. You just might be listening only to respond. You are definitely not listening to understand. So, please defer judgment. Empathize. It's not always just about words, is it? Please try to understand the emotions and the feelings of the person in front of you. Sometimes all a person needs is an empathetic ear. Show your empathy by using verbal or non-verbal cues to indicate that you care about their experiences. All he or she needs is to talk it out. So just offering a listening ear and an understanding heart can be a big comfort for them. It could be a lifesaver, and I mean it. Somebody will say, what is in it for me? It is a giant step forward for you in your journey towards becoming an active listening champion. So it's a win-win. Nobody doing any favors to anybody. I use the word lifesaver. Some of you must be wondering, what is this? Am I not going a little too far? I'll tell you a true life story. Happened just about last year the same time. I have changed the names of characters because some people know who I'm talking about. We were at a friend's house. Her name is Kavita. Not Kavita Hardasani though. Party on a weekend. This friend of mine has a young cousin, 25, 26-year-old. Very lively, cheerful, bubbly little girl who has already completed her MBBS and she was trying to get into MD course. She did not get the right kind of subjects in the first year, so she was preparing again. And we came to know later that she was under tremendous peer pressure. Now this cousin Seema called Kavita about 5 times that evening while we were there partying, doing nothing serious. I even told her, why don't you take the call? She said, oh, it will nothing important. I'll speak to her first thing in the morning. But ladies and gentlemen, Kavita could not speak to Seema the next morning. Before she got up, there was a phone call from her parents. Seema was no more. She had actually committed suicide that night. Now, had Kavita taken the time out to speak to this girl who had very good relations with her, maybe she would have shared her depressions, maybe Kavita would have been able to talk her out of the depression. And maybe Seema would still be alive. Empathy, very, very important. Whatever we are doing can wait. Somebody wants to talk to you, please take some time out and listen. Step number 7. Avoid interrupting. Allow the speaker to complete their thoughts before you jump in with your own ideas. While we are talking, we have always got our own ideas, our own thoughts. Park them away. Wait for an appropriate moment to raise those points. Talking of interruptions, had I not interrupted my wife on Friday morning, the opening of my speech and the rest of my weekend would have been different. Anybody remembers the opening?
Yes.
What did Ritu ask me? What was my plan? Step number 8. Don't assume. And Louis Wordsworth said, assumption is the mother of all mistakes. Instead of assuming, there is an alternative method. Crazy method called asking. Before you assume, ask, clarify. Because assumptions, my friends, are those little monsters, troublemakers that sneak into your head and lead you down the path of misunderstandings, which can be hilarious if you are lucky, but dangerous if you are not. So do not assume, ask, clarify. Let's get on to step number 9. Practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Don't let your mind wander onto those exotic beaches or the to-do list or my email, my BGP, my AC. Be present in the moment. Mindfulness helps you focus on the person and the conversation. I am not going to advocate one way or the other. It could be yoga, meditation, whatever else works for you, but do practice mindfulness. Let's get on with step number 10. Develop patience. Very difficult for me. My middle name is not multitasking, it's impatient. But do not rush the speaker. We all have this habit of trying to complete their sentences. A friend of mine came to me and he said, yesterday I said, yeah, I saw it on the Facebook, you went to the movie. He said, no, I was going to tell you, after the movie I had to go to the hospital. So please, let the people complete their sentences, don't rush them. Very important. Aristotle said, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. I know some people here might be getting impatient. I've been talking for almost 18 minutes now. You must be wondering, when will this end? It will end, my friends. It will definitely end soon, because you must have heard all good and great things come to an end. So will this be. Right? Let's go to step number 11. Mirror the speaker. And I am again not suggesting that you keep a small mirror in your pocket, and any time a person comes to talk to you, mirror the speaker. No. Please don't. Mirror the speaker is a technique in active listening where you reflect on what the speaker is saying by summarizing, rephrasing, doing various things to confirm understanding and to show that you are engaged in the conversation. 3-4 different ways of mirroring the speaker. One is mirror the words. So you rephrase, repeat the key phrases. Second is mirror the non-verbal cues, the speaker's body language, the facial expression. For example, if the person in front of you is smiling at you and you know where the conversation is going, right? The third way of mirroring the speaker is mirror the tone and the emotions. If the speaker is sounding anxious or happy or excited, try to mirror the same emotions in your response. Now let's consider a situation. One of you, could be any one of you, you've just won the international speech contest in your club. You go home very excited and you tell your wife, "Baby, I won the international speech contest in the club today." And you say, "Oh, that's good. Do you want the dinner to be served now or do you want to freshen up?" Now, do you think the wife is listening? I mean, husbands, no, we will not be able to do anything about it, but yes? The last step is reflect on your own listening skill, constantly evaluate, look for areas of improvement, talk to people. Your loudest critics are your best friends. Get their feedback to improve. Are you still listening?
Yes.
My dear friends, let us today make a pact to become active listening superheroes, like the Batman and the Wonder Woman of communication. Throw those distractions away, keep them away. I'm not saying throw your phone, but keep them away. Look each other in the eye. Let us make a pact to elevate our listening game. Whether it's your friend's latest saga, or your cat's meow, or even the whisper of the wind. Embrace the symphony of sounds around you. Because when you truly listen, you discover a world beyond the noises. A world filled with connection and understanding. A world where people are happy. So if you all want to be happy, let's master the art of active listening. Let us raise a toast to active listening. Over to you, Toastmaster.
One second, right? Look at here, look at here.
One for the picture.
Yes. Thank you.
So, get the drivers report for the speakers.
Here, speaker one, Toastmaster Parvita. She finished her speech in 8 minutes 13 seconds. So unfortunately, she's not qualified. Toastmaster Sandeep Malhotra, he finished his speech in 21 minutes 50 seconds.
I think we can vote for both the both the persons, please. Yeah. Thank you. We are in for a short break. Coffee break.
Thank you. Can you stop?
Thank you. It was okay?
Last two words.